beautiful sky.
Man, all I've been doing today is busting out Funko Pops and hitting play to trailers, so let's bust out a big one for this trailer. Woo! Alright. Don't make me cry.
We were gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians.
Back on Earth.
Hello, we come in peace.
Oh, this is not Earth.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude?
No! Ow!
I like the classic uniforms.
Don't forget where we came from.
Don't die in this movie, Rocket.
We have been running
Among Us?
our whole lives.
Pete, I'm done running.
Back in a prison.
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever. That beautiful sky.
This movie's gonna be a gut punch.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
But okay, now diving into my trailer breakdown for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, pointing out some Easter eggs you might have missed, as well as which Guardian we think is the one that's going to be perishing in this movie. I really want to hear from you guys. That trailer to me made me laugh, made me get the feels. This is going to be one awesome movie. Let me know your thoughts and theories on who you think that'll be. Also, if you're wondering why all these trailers are dropping today, Transformers, Indiana Jones, Guardians 3, there's currently a Brazilian Comic-Con going on, one of the biggest internationally, and so Marvel, of course, attended, and that's why they're dropping all this. So make sure you're looking on my channel because you're probably not getting notifications for everything I'm talking about today. But starting off here at the beginning of the trailer, we see here the Guardians in their brand new ship that is called the Bowie, most likely named after David Bowie, the singer. At first, to me, it seemed like they were landing on Earth, but it looks like this is another world filled with anthropomorphic animals. In the comics, there is a species known as half-worlders that are a race of artificially engineered anthropomorphic animals, so that could be most likely who this is. Let me tell you, I would have nightmares being stranded on this planet. Just look at this dang panda man. Gotta appreciate the practical effects they threw in here though. Now when we're done laughing at Drax just demolishing this little girl in a game of dodgeball, it is worth pointing out the outfits the Guardians are wearing are their classic uniforms from the comics, at least one iteration of them. I think James Gunn has done a really good job with making them match up, and I think they look good in live action. This then brings us into a shot of the trailer that I think makes it super obvious to which Guardian is going to be dying in this movie, and I think it's gonna be Rocket, man. I do not want it to be Rocket because this little shot right here of him as a little baby, it gives me the feels. It makes me want to cry, and it makes me want to punch anyone who's about to hurt this thing. But what we're essentially going to see here is the origin for Rocket Raccoon, because remember, he was a science experiment that someone was just messing with. Don't forget this line from the first Guardians movie.
I didn't have to be torn apart and put back together over and over and turned into some little monster.
And I'm pretty sure his origin is going to be tying into the main villain of the movie, which we'll get to in a sec, because first, things are about to get sus. Come on now, what human being was not thinking of Among Us in this moment? And I wouldn't even blame James Gunn if he did it on purpose here, but putting the Among Us reference aside, I think our Guardians here are on a planet or another celestial head, much like Nowhere, where this could be a giant organisms. We see other shots here that clearly look like some sort of skin or hair follicles, whether it's another dead celestial in space or another creature that just ended up dying. This is then the perfect time to talk about the villain of the movie, who is the High Evolutionary. Now in the comics, this guy is essentially a mad scientist who is obsessed with evolution and is trying to create the perfect species. And in the process of doing this, over time, he's created several different species on his journey to create the perfect one. That's why I think at one point, Rocket Raccoon could have been one of his early experiments to test out what he was capable of, and even that anthropomorphic planet filled with other animal-like people might just been a failed experiment that he just let live on in another planet. And just knowing that that's his motivation and everything he's about, I wouldn't be surprised then if he's gonna become super intrigued with someone like Adam Warlock. We finally get to see Adam Warlock make his big screen debut after being teased in the credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. If you remember, the Sovereigns wanted revenge on the Guardians, so they created the perfect specimen, and once the High Evolutionary finds out about him, he might be the key that he needs to continue on with his experiments, which is why I think he'll become a friend of the Guardians later on, even though he's clearly punching Nebula in this sequence. They'll fight for a bit, then they'll find a combined reason to work together. It's also great that we're finally getting some shots of Gamora here. She was sorely missed in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. We have to remember this is not our same Gamora that died in Avengers Endgame. She is out of her timeline. Rumors say that she has now become the head of the Ravengers, taking over Yondu's place, and that the Guardians this whole time have been trying to capture her and get her back on their side, and I'm sure Quil is heartbroken about the whole thing. And here's where I want to talk about the trailer trying to sway you into which Guardian is going to end up dying, because there's a couple of shots here that it could make it anyone. For one, we get a shot of the crew here where Drax has this big old blast hole in the middle of his chest. If we're looking around, I'm not sure if this is a prison or some sort of factory where they're working inside that giant organism for the High Evolutionary. Either way, Drax looks extremely weak there, so he's a suspect for dying. They gave us a shot of Nebula carrying Peter Quill in nowhere. That's also some misdirection. I doubt it'll be Peter Quill, but that is a possibility. And the one I'm gonna put my money on, and the one they're trying to tug at our heartstrings the most, is Rocket Raccoon. Just even the sound of his voice, like he's almost dying in this trailer, I feel like it has to be him.
We'll all fly away together.
We also get another Guardian character that a lot of people have been waiting to see, and that's Lila. This is usually the love interest for Rocket Raccoon in the comics. It looks like she'll be part of his past, because in this one little snippet, I feel like Rocket looks really young, so she could be the thing that helps him escape from the clutches of whoever's experimenting on him, and then she'll most likely meet back up with him in present day here in the Guardians 3. Really, this feels like another winner. What a perfect trilogy of movies we're about to get with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I just know I'm gonna end up crying here. I want to know from you guys, what details can you pick out from this trailer? Who do you think is the Guardian that's going to end up dying? Don't forget to check out my channel for any other videos. I am thinking of posting my Indiana Jones reaction. I filmed that, but then the Guardians trailer came out, so I've just been so busy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.